Today we're going to talk about multiplying monomials together. Now let's look at some of the rules governing the exponents of the variables on the monomials. But let's first do a little bit of a review here. Oh, here comes our friend Euclid here, and on his side it says x cubed. What does that mean? Well, I got to get out of the way. That means that you take and you multiply x times x times x 3 times. I guess it's safe to come up. Whoops, here he comes again. This time on his side he's got x to the 6th. What does that mean? That means you take and multiply x times itself 6 times this time. Just a little review on the exponents there. So let's look at our first problem here. We've got y cubed times y to the 5th. So you have 3 y's being multiplied together and another 5 y's being multiplied together, and that's 8 y's all together. So we could have added the exponent and got y to the 3rd, y to the 5th, that's y to the 8th all together. So this is one of our rules. If we have like terms, we can add the exponents. So let's use that on this next problem here. X cubed times x cubed. 3 x's times 3 x's. That's 6 x's altogether. We have like terms, which is x, so we could have added the exponents to be 6. Now here's another way of putting it. We could have a parentheses and multiply the 2 times the 3 inside the parentheses, and we got 6. That's another rule. And so let's use it on this problem here. Look at the case of x squared to the 4th there, the parentheses. We can take the 4 outside that parentheses, multiply it times the 2 inside the parentheses there with the x, and get x to the 8th, and do the same thing for y and get y to the 12th. So we got x to the 8th times y to the 12th. In the case of this problem here, let's take and rearrange these numbers since they're all being multiplied together. Let's put the numbers together, and let's put the x's together and the y's together. And once we've done that, then we can take and add the exponents on the like terms. And in this case, we get negative 2x cubed y cubed. Next problem here, 3 monomials being multiplied together. So let's just take and rearrange them all, put the numbers together, the x's together, the y's together. Then on the x's we can add the exponents together, and on the y's we can add the exponents together. And in the end here, we're going to come out with a 24 x to the 4th, y to the 7th. This problem here, go to the right parentheses there first and take that exponent 3 outside the parentheses and multiply that times each exponent that's inside the parentheses there. Do that first, and then now let's do our rearranging here, getting the numbers and the x's and the y's together, and then we can add the exponent. Be careful of that negative 2. That has to be cubed, and keep the sign with the negative 2. So we get negative 8x for y to the 14th. So in our next case, we have a nested situation here. Start with the bracket and work inward. So take the 3, that's exponent 3 on the bracket there, multiply it times the 2, the exponent 2 on the parentheses there, and get 6. And then take that 6 and multiply it times each exponent within the parentheses, and we get 729 x to the 6th y to the 12th. Now in our last problem here, we're adding 2 monomials together. So let's take and rearrange them on both sides of the plus sign, doing what we've done before here, getting all the x's together, all the y's together, and the numbers together. And so we should land up here with 36x cubed y plus 20x cubed y, and those are like terms, so that all adds up to 56x cubed y. Okay, thank you.